Hello, Cappies. Hello, friends, and welcome to today's reading. I'm doing your reading on the day, so we'll see where this goes. Your readings have been a bit tricky recently, and I've had to re-record or double record and things just because the energy's been so overwhelming. Because I feel like a lot of you have been going through like big tower moments, big shifts. So trying to release that, trying to release all that baggage that I normally bring to your readings because of the heaviness of them. So your song for the reading today was Cowboy Blues by Kesha. So you could have this feeling of, did I miss out on something? Did an opportunity pass me by? Was that you with the Cowboy Blues? They say you know when you know, but what do you do if you don't? So there may be some confusion about love, perhaps, feeling a bit, is this it? Is this not it? Which actually works really well because the song that came through for the previous reading that I did was Me Versus Us by Taylor Parks. Tell Me I Wasn't Alone When I Lost My Mind. And All Track of Time. So it is this feeling of like, is this the one? Is it not the one? Did I lose my mind? Am I convincing myself of something here? So we'll see how it goes for you, Caps. Yin Yang in reverse. Oh, I've got the whole thing in reverse. Okay. Gabriel here. So you do have this a lot where you're having trouble communicating what you feel or saying something to somebody. It's like you've got something to say, but there's like a blockage. You can't get it out. So Archangel Gabriel's here to help you with that. So there's different ways you can communicate. So just remember that you don't always have to speak. Sometimes you can write a letter. Sometimes you can send a text. There's different things that you can do there. Oh, interesting under there though is contract. So there could be a legal reason why you're not allowed to say something that you need to say. We'll leave that there and move swiftly on. It keeps trying to show itself though. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if it's on the screen, but every time I try and tidy up the cards, oh no, it's not doing it. Look at that. So every time I was trying to tidy up the cards, it was like sliding off and showing me the underneath. Down here you've got the third chakra, Archangel Chamuel as well, which is the solar plexus. Let's see. So I want to know which way, please. Which way for these? So it is meant to be upright. Yeah, it's doing it again. See, off camera it keeps sliding off and showing me the contract. I don't know if you can see that or not. So yin yang is in the upright. Which way for this? What is that? A bit of plant, I think. I've got a plant next to me. Which way, please, for Caps? Which way? Ooh. Maybe in the upright. So you've got yin yang in the sun. So this is really good, and it fits with what I was originally picking up on for your energy, which was being it's almost like you've weathered a storm, you've gone through something and you're coming out the other side now. So you're going into a kind of a more balanced energy. You see the light. It's kind of like the breath of fresh air. I think a couple of signs had this last week where it was like when you've been in a situation it's been really like grueling or tiring, and perhaps there's been other people around you who've been very negative or really demanding on your time. It's sort of like, say it was like a workplace and everybody was just negative all the time and like coming to you and wanting stuff from you, and there was a lot of opinions around you, and it's like you've constantly pulled in different directions, maybe feeling very unbalanced because of the energy around you. So you leave work and it's like the second you set foot out the door, and I mean a lot of people are working from home, but it's just a metaphor, so you can apply it to a lot of different situations. As soon as you leave that front door, as soon as you now I'm saying leave the house, so it could be a family situation for you as well, like kids are going crazy, your brother's always around, you've got a mate who keeps knocking on, like asking you for stuff, a neighbour who's constantly sort of complaining about something, your partner who's maybe like their energy's all over the place. It's like all these energies affecting your energy. So yeah, you step out, the sun's shining, and immediately you feel your energy lift. It's like all that energy from everybody around you has just washed away immediately. It's like the sun washes you clean. You can see she's kind of like having a bath here. So the sun washes you clean, and all of a sudden you're back in your own energy, and you're like, oh, So I'm actually balanced. I'm balanced and I'm stable. And I have, you know, my masculine side, my feminine side balanced. I have, you know, my shadow side and my light side. Everything about me, everything about my own energy is balanced and fine. It's like, I'm fine, like Ross Geller, I'm fine. But you actually are. And you realize this, you've got clarity on this. Like, there's nothing wrong with my energy. It's because it was being impacted on all these people around me. It's because I was in a turbulent situation. As soon as I leave that, it's like I'm good, I'm fine. So I remember when I did your reading originally, it's like your energy was just like stable. It was like calm, like things are moving now. It just felt like it was just like I'm good now. I'm good now. So that's good to see. Let's have a read then. 22. This card upright represents energetic life cycles, and its purpose is to help you identify the particular cyclic energy moving into or out of your experience. In its upright position, it heralds a yin cycle, where most of the action seems to be happening under the surface of things. So maybe you're like a swan, right? Because when I was saying you were calm and I was doing this, I was seeing like the surface of a lake, you know, like a calm surface of a lake. But they say about a swan, it looks really calm on the surface, it kind of like glides, but its feet are going like crazy under the surface. So you could have a surface, it's funny she's in the water as well. I did a reading yesterday, I think. It was one of my like tell me anything readings. And there was a lot of this stuff about like the being like half in the water, half out of the water. So half in your emotions, half in the air, which would be logic. So there could be a lot of action happening under the surface of things, but maybe you've got a bit of a poker face. This is a time of great receptivity, intuition and gestation. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine present activity. It's an especially good time for completion, so wrap things up. Yin cycles often call you to be passive, yielding and reflective, so open up to these sides of your nature. Being more than acting is the intention here. Affirmation: I am open to understanding the cycle I am in, and I am willing to utilize its energy beneficially. All that I need is already part of me. Yeah, because look, you've got 22 and then like 1 here. So 1 is like, this is you. This is you being whole, you being one, you know, being balanced. Knowing your worth as well. You know, the sun in the tarot talks about confidence. This is an oracle deck, it's not a tarot deck. But the sun is associated with like confidence, inner strength, all these kind of like Leo qualities. So you could have a bit of Leo in your chart and you kind of like, you know, utilizing that perhaps. But this is good. For some of you, it could be something like, because this is a yin cycle, it's almost like a preparation for taking the lead in something. It's a preparation for the action, I feel. So you could be really like looking after yourself, you know. Oh, she's got a painter's palette there, so you could be painting, you know, doing things, listening to music, reading a book, doing things that kind of heal your soul. I'm hearing, I was going to say like fill your soul, you know, like the arts, the humanities. I'm a student of humanities, or I was a student of humanities. I was very, very interested in the things that people create. I'm sorry if you can hear my children in the background, they're getting ready for school. So the things that people create and the stories those creations tell and why people created them. So looking at archaeological evidence and things, and whether that's writing or, you know, artwork or, you know, even things like cups. It's like, well, why is it this shape? What does that tell us about the society it was in? What material is it made out of? So I don't know why that's coming up, but it's like, like the story of your life kind of thing. They're giving me, this is your life. I think that came through for somebody else a while back. Like the story of your life, the story of your things, your things, your objects around you, and the stories that they tell. So perhaps there's a bit of 6 of Cups energy here, where it's like, almost feels like having a bit of a clearing out, you know, going through things, keeping something because it holds happy memories, letting something else go because perhaps those memories, maybe it's time to let go of those memories now. So we'll see. New beginnings and great creativity. The sun brings blessings to the earth, and this card portends blessings in your own life as well. Just because there's like a baby here as well, so maybe some of you are having a baby. The baby and pregnancy in tarot can also mean like the birth of a creative project, the birth of a new enterprise, you know, something new. So not necessarily a baby, but like a project that you would nurture like a child. So just be aware, it's different for different people. As the sun nurtures the earth, bringing new life in spring and summer, this is your time for a new beginning, the onset of a nurturing new light in your life, and the light of divine inspiration and personal growth. So there is a bit of an emphasis on the feminine, which, don't worry if you're she, he, or they. We all have feminine energy, which affects us. It's part of being whole, right? Yin yang. So this receptive, this softer energy is the energy I feel like you're in at the moment. This card often marks a time of great creativity, bringing the culmination of an important new project, such as the birth of a baby or the writing or publication of a book, or even the birth of a new you. Now is the time to put your energy into expressing your truth and vision. Visualize the light of divine love pouring into your heart and mind like the rays of the sun, bringing inspiration, growth, and abundant blessings. See the future you want to create and know the sun is shining on your intentions. Now, sorry, they're really pulling me to pull another card from that deck, which is distracting me a little bit. I open my heart and life to the creative inspiration of divine love. I choose to create happiness in every new day. So I'm almost tempted to go to say, this is where you are now. Doing your reading a little bit differently. Let's so if this is where you are now, and if Cappy opens up, if Cappy becomes receptive to the things that the universe is trying to bring Cappy's way, because I do feel like you've been blocking slightly. You're going towards hostilities and envy. Okay, so people are going to be envious of you. People are going to be a bit hostile towards you, because this is what happens though. This is what happens when people see you. Oh, anxiety under that as well. When people see you doing really well for yourself, because look, your light's all this kind of like yellow golden light, and you're doing well, people get jealous of that. And that's not anything to do with you. That's their own low vibrational feelings of inadequacy. So I don't feel like that's you. I feel like people are going to be envious of you, and you're feeling a little bit, again, with those barriers up, because that was kind of what I was picking. It's like, drop the barrier, allow things to come to you. Okay, let's read hostilities. I don't feel like that's you. I don't think you're the one being envious. I think you're good. I think you're happy. I think you're comfortable. I think you're looking around you saying, this is what I've got. This is mine. This is where I am now. Perhaps there is a sense of, I want to grow this. I want to visualize. There's nothing wrong with visualization. There's a difference between envy and visualization. Visualization is manifestation. It's this is what I have now. I'm grateful. I'm thankful for what I have. You know, it could be worse. You know, so and then it's saying, this is my 5-year plan. This is my 7-year plan. This is where I want to be. This is what I want to grow and attract into my life. That's very different attitude. It's the same place. You could have two people sit in the same place, or even the same person. And that manifestation, that attractive, magnetic, law of abundance energy is positive. This person's sat in low vibrational energy where they're saying, why does that person have more than me? I want what that person has, you know, coveting their neighbour's goods, if you like. So that's low vibrational. So I don't feel like that's you. I feel like you're good. You're stable, you're steady, you know where you're heading. This feels like defending yourself against people who are greedy or jealous of what you have. So it's that barrier coming up again, and I feel like you've been working very, very hard to drop that barrier, drop that guard. But perhaps you have let people into your life who have taken advantage of perhaps your wealth, or your very giving nature. You know, you're the Queen of Pentacles in the Tarot, so you're very, very nurturing. So, yeah, perhaps a little bit guarded. Hostilities, defences up, aggressive energy. This card shows a man raising his sword in readiness to do battle. Sometimes you need to defend yourself. Sometimes you need to put your barriers up. You know, there's a difference between healthy barriers and barriers that are, you know, that prevent you getting good things in your life. You know, there's a difference between fear. You know, you could have fear of envy as well. It could be anxiety that you're going to have to fight. It may not even literally be that anyone is envious of you or that you do have to defend yourself. But perhaps you have a fear of that. When it comes upright, it reveals a situation where hostilities towards you are about to be or have already been engaged. Perhaps some of you do something where you do face a lot of hostility over perhaps your choices, your the thing that you do. Perhaps you do something that perhaps with the Sun card is in the public eye or attracts a lot of attention, where, you know, you do have to, you do feel like you're under attack a lot. We'll see. The aggressive energy may be verbal or emotional, with somebody in your environment being excessively critical, demanding or hurtful. In a work or social situation, there may be backstabbing or out and out slander going on. This is different from the deceit card because hostile energies are more apparent, more overt. In fact, you may have been living with them for some time, but whether this is new or old energy, now is the time to regain control. Allow dishonouring treatment from others. Allowing dishonouring treatment from others is an open invitation to the universe to send you more. It may feel risky, but you need to have the courage to stand up for yourself now and always. I am receiving the peaceful, harmonious treatment I deserve in my life, which you have here. I set boundaries, make reasonable requests, and make my expectations clear. So it feels like when the King of Swords finally raises his sword to speak, because the kings tend to be quite reserved. They hold back, they watch, they strategize. They only tell people what they need to tell them when they need to tell them. But here, this I'm seeing it as the King of Swords, so don't worry about gender as well. It's more about the energy of the card. He's got his sword raised, so the king is taking action. The king is normally the kings, especially old kings, tend to be warriors. Even current kings, you know, a lot of the royal family in England have served in the military. So the kings tend to be warriors, and they've been through trials. They've fought wars, and of course that could be, for some of you it could be literal. Perhaps some of you have been in the army, but for most of us it's metaphorical. The metaphorical things that we face in our life, the wars we face, the trials that we go through, the tribulations that get us to where we need to be, that teach us those hard lessons, that make us wise and make us strong and make us able to advise others. You know, the King of Swords is often an advisor, again with that contract as well, and this swords energy coming through. You could be dealing with legalities or some kind of financial advisor or lawyers and things like this. So you need to defend yourself because people are envious of what you've got, because your energy is good. And remember this, your energy is good, your energy is fine. So perhaps you're defending your right to be happy. You're defending your right to be balanced and stable. You're defending your space against people who may want to intrude on it. You know, I said like that brother who keeps coming around, or the nosy neighbour. It's like, this is my space. If you want to come onto my territory, it's almost like he's like on the edge of his property. You know, the castle's in the background. He's at the edge of his property, and he's saying, if you want to come onto my land, you need to text me, phone me first. He's got a cell phone in his pocket. You can't see it, but I know it's there. So, yeah. It's like you don't get to just walk in. You don't get to just walk in and take advantage. You know, you don't get to just come in and help yourself to my tea and my coffee that I've bought. This is my space, and these are the boundaries that I'm drawing. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to be openly hostile yourself. You don't have to go in and be like aggressive in any sort of way. I would say that would actually be to your detriment. But you can be strong. You can plant your feet firmly at your threshold and say, this is mine. You're not welcome here. You know, you can say, this is my decision. This is the action I'm taking. End of discussion. I would really, really strongly advise that you go and watch the Who Do You Think You Are reading that I put up yesterday. If this is resonating for you, please do go and watch that reading, because it was all about understanding the difference between your energy and the energies outside of you that can sometimes be hostile or jealous, and seeing yourself as a separate entity from the others around you. Even if you share a house with them, even if you share a workspace with them, you can understand that when I'm in my own energy, my energy is good, I'm fine, I'm stable. And understand that other people's BS is their BS, and it doesn't have to impact you. If somebody is jealous of you, that's because they feel like they're lacking, not because you should be ashamed of your success. Do you see what I mean? It's you're fine, you're good, you're just doing you and living your best life. And if people are jealous or hostile about that, that's because they feel inadequate. There's something going on with them that's causing them to act in that low vibrational way. You don't have to. You don't have to own that energy. Energy doesn't have to. You don't have to allow that to impact your energy at all. So this could be talking about energetic defenses, where you become more aware of your own energy and perhaps how the energy of others affects you. So you could be particularly sensitive to the energy of other people. And it's just a learning process like anything else, learning how to differentiate between your energy and the energy of others. It's like if you're around somebody like a friend and they're always really over emotional and dramatic, there's always drama going on, and they're always like coming to you and saying, oh, this person said this person did this, and it's like it affects you. You can feel yourself getting tense, you can feel yourself getting angry, and then you think that none of this is mine. I don't have to be angry at that person that my friend's angry with and probably will be best friends within a week. I don't have to take any of this. So then you can be like, oh, okay, right, still listen and be like, okay, I've got some work to do, but let's talk about this later. It's like you don't have to give too much of your energy to someone else, and you don't have to take their energy on board either. Okay, what do I want for you? What am I being drawn to here? I do also need to just check the time. Excuse me, sorry. Okay. I'm feeling Haunted House Tarot for you. Let's find out more about what's going on, because Ace of Cups on the bottom. Again, it's this cleansing. It's like, maybe it's like the love for yourself and it's cleansing for you, because this looks a bit like look, the sun and the moon. Okay, sorry, I'm picking up something else immediately. So I feel like there could be something to do with nighttime and daytime for you. Again, it could be just talking about your public self and your private self. There's something about the water and washing clean. So the water is kind of showing me like pure emotion. It's kind of giving me like Night Swimming as well by REM. It's like at night, perhaps, when you're on your own and you have peace and you have quiet, and perhaps that's when you feel like most in touch with nature. That's when you're the most in your own energy, when perhaps you enjoy getting up at, perhaps you're being woken up at like 3:30, like how you always used to do. You're getting up at 3:30 and you're going outside and standing in the rain, and it feels cleansing, it's refreshing, and suddenly you feel like you're part of the universe and you're strong and you're stable, and it's quiet, there's solitude, and you're at peace. Where perhaps in whatever you do during the day, you do feel like you're more public. She's kind of on almost like she's right in the center of this card with all this stuff around her. So it's like maybe you have a lot of people around you, or you have a lot of eyes on you. You feel like you've got to, she's almost posing as well. You feel like you're on show during the day. But at the night, it's just you and your own body and your own feelings, and you being at peace with that, whatever your truth is. Oh, I don't like that card. That's the Ace of Swords, so that kind of gives me like the truth hurts. Tell me please more about Cappy's energy. yeah, you're balanced. Look, Justice card. Again, like a bit of legality coming in there with the Justice card. It's Libra energy. I don't know if you've got Libra in your chart. But yeah, balanced. You're balancing out your shadow side, your light side. You're balancing out your masculine and feminine energies. It's like you're good, you're strong, you're stable. And there's like integrity here as well. There's truth, there's integrity, there's doing things the right way. Excuse me a second. Okay, my daughter is just getting ready for school there. So, but there is this, you see these people behind her. It's like the key as well, it keeps coming through. These people like behind her watching her, like it's like preparing to stab her in the back kind of thing. It's a bit creepy. All right, tell me about the others. I do feel like that reading yesterday could be for you. Choices. You don't know what the intentions of other people are. You're finding it, I think, because perhaps people have stabbed you in the back in the past, you're finding it hard to trust people. It's like, is this love or is this death? Does this person want to love me or do they want to murder me? It feels like. Is this an angel or a devil coming towards me? The Queen of Cups. Or is it the same person? The Seven of Cups tells me choices. So the Seven of Cups would indicate that this is two different people. Excuse me. So we've got the Queen of Cups here. It could be Cancerian energy, but it doesn't have to be. She's coming up out of these waters. Is this you? I asked about other people though. Coming up out of the water. The water that's been very healing and cleansing to you. Trying to offer you this cup. Trying to nurture you. Trying to help. The Queen of Cups is giving, loving, nurturing. It could be a mother figure. Could be just a friend. You know, it could be a love interest. Doesn't even have to be a woman. Just somebody who's very open with their emotions, very stable emotionally. They would match you because you're emotionally stable. This is somebody who's emotionally stable. They feel very, very, very deeply and they care so much. But they don't let those emotions rule them. They're very they use their emotions, you know, their emotions are empowering to them. Where this death energy could be dealing with Scorpio here. This is, I mean, she's quite sexy, but she's quite scary, right? I mean, I don't know, it's not for me to make choices for you, Caps, but this tells me, I mean, it's quite aggressive, so you would have to have your defenses up. I'll find out more about this death card. This is an end. This is like a complete end. No going back from this. This is done. So perhaps you are.
I'm leaving.
Okay, honey. I am recording, but take care. Have a good day. I'll just pause. I'll go in there, see her out properly. Back with you in a second, Caps. All right. So yeah, definitely I feel like weighing up your options and looking at your options. So it could be different people. It could be multiple people. It could be one person, but you can't figure them out. It's got this energy of like, this could be heaven or this could be hell. Yeah, there's two people behind her, look. Two girls behind her, and then you've got these two people here. Is it heaven or is it hell? And then I feel like, oh God, I'm scared you're going to make the wrong choice. The scales are imbalanced here. They're not balanced. And then the interesting thing with the way that I've positioned these, the light is shining on this one and this one's in the dark. So if you look at this card, because this person's looking over here, it's almost like this person's in the light, this person's in the sun, this person's perhaps got a good reputation, this person's in the spotlight somehow. So it's like this person's getting your attention because the light's shining on them. But it's almost like this person over here in the shadows is perhaps this person has a bad reputation, or they are hidden somehow. But the thing with that reading yesterday was there was a switch with it. There was something where it was like I can't remember clearly now. But it was almost like the person who had the good reputation was actually a bad person, and the person with the bad reputation was actually a good person. So just because it's like this is how you're perceiving them, but then this is the true nature. I don't want to make you paranoid, because I think possibly you have got anxiety over whatever this is. How are you going to... So let's find out more. So the Queen of Cups then, the Queen of Cups is trapped. Queen of Cups is trapped. Trapped in the shadows, trapped in the moonlight, trapped in their emotions, trapped in the dark. They're all tied up, they can't move. They're blindfolded, they don't see any way out of this situation. They want to offer love, but they don't know how. And then this person who's in the spotlight, but who's represented by death. Well, tell me about their energy. Their energy doesn't feel nice. The Five of Pentacles. So a halving of the assets. Hey, beep beep truck, Cappy. There we go. We've got our traditions. We've got the beep beep truck. We've got my coffee. I think it's a bit too early for Grandad, but he'll be by later. So yeah, something. No, this is dead. This is dead. It's halved. It's halving the assets. It's something that didn't work out. It's feeling out in the cold. It's feeling like these monsters are trying to attack you. This is the hostilities energy. This is like you trying to protect what you have left, or so why are you looking over here? Because you're going to make the wrong choice. In the other reading, which I may still pull, you had this thing about there's a scene in 12th Night where Olivia is saying, should I take an inventory of my face? 2 eyes grey, 2 lips indifferent red. So it's like she's seen her beauty as literal assets. You know, she's emotionally disconnected from her own beauty. You could be weighing up your options and saying, oh, but this person, they've got big tits. This person's got, I don't know. This person's got this person's got that, this person's got money. Like, I don't know, this person's got a good reputation. You don't know who to trust. You don't know who to believe. You don't know who's after your money. You don't know who's after, you don't know the intentions of other people, or you're bad at reading the intentions of other people. What, someone comes along and flatters you and you give them everything, you know, but the person who's, it's like King Lear, right? If you know the story of King Lear and his 3 daughters, I don't know why Shakespeare keeps coming up. He's like, all right, I'm going to give away my kingdom. The biggest part goes to the person who loves me the most. So tell me how much you love me. And of course they're going to tell him, you know, his 3 daughters, of course, you know, they're going to say, I love you the most, the sun shines out of your arse, father. You know, I couldn't live without you, father. You know, and like all sing his praises, because they want his land, they want his assets. But Cordelia, the youngest daughter, who's actually his favourite, says, I love you as far as my duty. It's my duty to love you because you're my father. Which is actually, she loves him a huge amount, but she's just got such a rational way of saying it. you know, that he, you know, she can't, she says, like, how do I regurgitate my heart out of my mouth, or something like that. It's like, how do I put into words how much I care about you? It's not possible. There aren't words to say how much I love you. But he takes it as an insult. He takes it as, you know, he's embarrassed in front of people because she won't sing his praises. And he actually kind of like cuts her out the will, kind of thing. She says, you know, I love you as it is my duty, but I'm going to get married soon, and then my love will be to my husband, you know, as I'm bound to do, as it's my proper place. So there's this kind of like, I'm doing what I'm meant to do, which is how she's been trained. You know, she's been trained to be a princess. This is what she's duty bound to do. But yeah, it's he doesn't see it. He doesn't. He wanted the public show of love. He wanted the the public outpouring of love, and Cordelia couldn't do that because it wasn't true. And so he's deceived. And again, I feel like that's what's happening here, perhaps because the sun's shining on this person. This person's doing the public displays of affection. I love you so much, you know. And this person can't. This person's trapped. This person's in the shadows. But they're the one with the love. This person just wants half your assets, right? It's like, if you could see, if the light could shine on this person, you'd see their true nature. You're looking at this person, and that you're heading towards hostilities, envy, and anxiety. Running away. Okay, so I want to ask, so that's your outcome if you make that choice. Frustrated with you, so I can't look what's underneath. Right, okay. So if Cappy were to choose this option, like hidden, Archangel Michael, first chakra, so divinely guided there. Adjacent possibilities. You had that in your last reading, I believe. Fourth chakra, the heart chakra, Archangel Raphael. 2 angels. No angels over here. Angels over here. 3 angels over here. Blossoming abundance, yeah. Goddess of the moon. Garden and the gate. Trapped, you see. Trapped in the garden. But you have the key. You have the key. Right, this person is perceived as being trapped, but you both have the key. Well, you've got a key, they've got a key. You can free this person. Goddess of the moon, blossoming abundance. Right, do you know, it's not for me to tell you what to do here, Caps. Not for me to tell you what to do. If whoever this person is could say anything to you, what would they say to you? If they could say anything to you, what would they say to you? I saw action. I don't think I'm using the right deck. I'm hearing free yourself. I think this person would say, I'm trapped, you should free yourself. A message from the Resistance. Ooh. Unexpected. Resistance. It feels like this person wants you to be strong. Free yourself. Don't worry about me. You do what you need to do. Familiarize yourself with how resistance manifests for you, the overt and the covert, overt and covert. If you continue to have doors slammed in your face, turn around. There will normally be an open door. Procrastination is just another kind of fear. Move forwards with confidence and persistence. I flow through resistance and I am in control. Maybe you don't have to choose right now. Maybe this is the thing. You feel perhaps forced to choose. This person, I feel like, wants you to choose them quite openly because perhaps they can give you the open displays, the open displays of affection. But they're coming in with death and Five of Pentacles energy, out in the cold, a huge loss here, literal like endings. Like this is like cold. This is like cold and dead, and yet they're coming in saying, "Choose me. I'm the light. I love you." And it's leading you to all this. Over here, this person is trapped in some kind of situation where they're trapped in the darkness. They're trapped in... I don't think they are a dark person. I think that there's secrecy here where for some reason this person can't say what they feel to you in a public way like this person can. So I think you need, in my opinion, my instincts say that this person would say, you need to be alone for a while. You don't have to pick either of us. You can't pick me. You shouldn't pick that person. You need to do this on your own for a bit. You're strong enough to do it on your own with resistance, right? Again, intuitive reading, I'm pulling cards. I don't know your personal situation. I'm just telling you what the cards are telling me. So use your own instincts here. Trust. I don't know if you can trust your instincts. That's the weird thing. Because I feel like you're in a situation where, because I always say to people, trust your own instincts. But I feel like you're in a situation where you're really being impacted on other people's energy. If you can get into your own energy and if you can remove all the other voices and opinions, including my own, from your own being, your own energy, I think you'd be fine. You'd be balanced. You'd be okay. It's like you'd be okay on your own, in your own energy. You're strong. You've got everything you need. You've got your yin and yang. There could be a little bit of codependency where it's like you feel that perhaps you see solitude as loneliness. Perhaps you really want somebody by your side. And perhaps this is a lesson. You have to be on your own for a bit, right? You have to be on your own for a bit. You have to figure out your own energy. You have to get strong and confident. Because if you rush into something, I feel like, or if you feel pressurized to rush into something, you're just not seeing clearly, because it's like the person who's in the light is the dark and the person who's in the dark is the light. Was that you with the cowboy blues, me versus us? But it's like somebody is going to join you, because here you are, like, and you see this path with the trees. You see the trees in the background, how they kind of like make this archway. You're going to have somebody by your side there, but you're not going to see it coming, or it's going to happen in an unexpected way. Power, full moon power. So back to this message. There are two kinds of resistance. The first type we encounter when we keep getting obstacles placed in our way, or our way is blocked. Please go and watch. There's a reading that I did this week where, can't remember what I called it, but one of the first cards is clearing the way. So that could also be for you, the Tell Me Anything reading. So who do you think you are? And then there was another one, and it was clearing the way was one of the first cards. There are two kinds of resistance. The first type we encounter when we keep getting obstacles placed in our way, or our way is blocked. For example, we try to get a particular job in a particular field, but no matter what we do, it doesn't happen. This is an external or overt resistance. Covert resistance, which occurs when we say what we really... Covert resistance, which occurs when we say we really want to do or complete something but feel resistance not to, is somewhat sneakier. All forms of procrastination fit in here. Writer's block being a classic example. When we want to do something but we get distracted and don't do it, or we can't seem to engage our will enough, that is covert resistance. When we want to get rid of a bad habit, an addiction, or an old pattern, in fact anything we are thinking of releasing for the dark moon, and feel resistance in doing it, we have a big dose of covert resistance. We must battle the second kind of resistance like we would battle, battling covert resistance. We must battle the second kind of resistance like we would battle a crafty or terrible enemy. We must raise our shields and sharpen our swords and have a strategy to remove the resistance. In fact, we must flow through it. It is a battle. We might have to fight more than once, but we will be resilient and vigilant and fight it we will. For when we win, and we will win, the rewards are great. Why do we resist the things we say we want? Sometimes we don't really want those things. Most times, though, we are frightened about what might happen if we do get what we have asked for. What will people think? There we go. What will people think? Will we lose our friends and family if we rise? Will it all be for nothing if we try and fail? But we must be willful, and we must have courage. We must repeat to ourselves, this is what I really want for me. Yes, I am worth it. And then we stand up straight and put on a crown of sovereignty of our own lives and go to battle. So I'm going to actually show you that so you can screenshot that and have a read through it yourself. Because, again, like, don't share it with anyone. It's personal use, right? Because I don't want to, like, get copyrighted, but... or anyone else copyrighted, but I think it's going to be beneficial for you, just because I stumbled over my words a bit, for you to read that in your own time. And I need to check the time. Talking about the time, I have to take my son to school. So, to be fair, I want to pull a card for this person. Nourishment and attraction. Choose to nourish your mind and body and spirit. Feed your values. When you are jealous or envious, it is a sign of what you are hungering for. Pay attention to your health. I choose to nourish myself. All of us have a set of values that are as individual as our fingerprints. Sometimes we aren't sure what they might be if asked, but unconsciously we know. How do we know? Because our lives are not being met or lived. We rebel, we get angry, sad, depressed, irritable, or stuck. We take the chaotic choice in our decision making, and commonly our relationships and life are not harmonious. What did I say? So this one says something about choosing what you really want. And I think there's fear about what will people say. So you keep choosing this option because this is the cycle. We get angry, sad, depressed, irritable, or stuck, and we take the chaotic choice in our decision making, and commonly our relationship and life are not harmonious. An example of this might be someone who has a strong value of honesty, which I would say would be you, being asked to manipulate the truth every day. Manipulate the truth with the dark and light look. In a sales job, or someone who highly values peace, being surrounded by loud, drama-filled people who are just the opposite of peaceful. That's what I said. If that feels like you. You know, you like peace, you like harmony, you like balance. Perhaps you've got Libra in your chart. You had a lot of Libra in that other reading. And you're just surrounded by chaos, which I feel like is on this side. loud, drama-filled people who are the opposite of peaceful. Meeting our values and living by them is a sure way to nourish our being. We feel more complete and fulfilled if we are able to do that. Additionally, it probably isn't an exaggeration to say the Western world is obsessed by food for the wrong reasons. Food is often used as a pain relief, with many people overeating due to anxiety or pain. Food becomes a diversion rather than something that is nourishing or even simply enjoyable. Learning to nourish bodies purely, to give them what they really need, is a key to mental and physical health. That's funny. I was posting on social media some food from Manchester, and it's basically you put everything on a sandwich. It's carbs on carbs. At least it was when I was growing up. I'm more health conscious now. So I ended up eating a noodle butty for lunch, and then I was like, I need vegetables. So then I had like celery and hummus for tea. I was like, I need something healthy now. Okay, let's get a couple of words. I want to get some words for Cappy's energy, please. Some words for Cappy's energy. Clarify Cappy's energy for me, please. Away, dark. Away from the dark. Moving away from the darkness, perhaps. But then you don't know where the darkness is, right? Pleasure. So there could be something to do with pleasure. Like you have perhaps you have a pattern of behaviour where you go for instant gratification, instant pleasure. Just something to consider. Tell me about the Queen of Cups energy. So she's in the dark, trapped in the dark, unable to express. She's over here with Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, blossoming abundance, goddess of the moon, garden in the gate, adjacent possibility. She's telling you to be strong, to resist the simple pleasures that don't really bring you long-term pleasure. When? Why? This person's got questions. When? Why? What does Cappy need to know about this Queen of Cups? Symphony. Autumn and S. So S and Y could be initials, perhaps. Okay, help Cappy understand this energy. Hold. I don't know if that means hold this person or like hold your horses or hold back. You know, it's for you to understand, it's not for me to understand. Sunshine. Hold sunshine? You're the sun. I mean, this is the death card. This is very, very dark. Hold sunshine. Mean. Whoa, Libra had mean twice in their reading. If you have got Libra in your chart, maybe go and watch their reading. Moon. Hold sunshine, mean moon. I don't know, perhaps it's your reading. I want to get one more. The true nature of this person. The true nature of this person, please. The true nature of this person. What are their intentions towards Cappy? They've made a decision. They're waiting for the ships to come in. They're waiting. They're in waiting energy. At the moment, they're not taking any offers. They're in a bit of a sulking energy. They might miss out on an opportunity because it's kind of like Goldilocks. They've tasted these cups and they don't like any of them, so they're ignoring the fourth cup. They're in wounded warrior energy. Whatever they've been through, it's a long process. It's very draining for them, but they're sat here in a decision. They're still wanting to offer this love, but I feel like there's this nervousness about it. There's like the Page of Cups, it's a more immature energy. They're learning about love. And they've got the Chariot. So this is fast action, fast movement forward. Double Cancerian energy. Piscean energy. Doesn't have to be that sign, but there's a decision made here. There will be movement, but I feel like they're stuck in something. They're stuck in some kind of waiting energy. What's over here? Hold sunshine, mean moon. The true nature of this choice. Working on their own wishes. Wishes fulfilled. Working on themselves. They definitely could be in the spotlight. Wanting dreams, wanting wishes. The devil card underneath. Alright, Caps, your reading, your choices. Do take care, and I'll see you again soon. Do go and check that description box for more advice through songs. Alright, take care. Bye.